Welcome to the pink city of India, Jaipur. We are heading towards the beauty of Jaipur Amer Fort. It is one of UNESCO's World Heritage Site. Raja Man Singh lived here with his 12 queens. This is Jaigarh Fort, built by Jai Singh II to protect the Amer Fort. The fort had the world's largest cannon known as Jaiwan. Fortunately, it was never used. This is the first courtyard of the palace. On its right is the Sun Gate as it faces east, and on the left it is the Moon Gate. Sun Gate was exclusively used for the entrance and exit of royal family. The courtyard was used to celebrate victories after war by armies by holding parades. Moon Gate was used only by common people to enter and exit the palace. Right next to this courtyard is the Sheela Devi temple, where the royal family worshipped. This gate is made of silver. Right above this gate is the statue of Lord Ganesha made of single piece of coral gemstone. We are moving to the second courtyard of the palace. This is Diwani Arm, where the Raja heard the problems of common people. The entire fort is greatly influenced by both Mughal and Rajputana architecture. These white columns are carved out of single piece of marble. This is Ganesh Gate. It marks the entrance to the private section of the palace. It is one of the most beautiful gates here. The colors used in the fresco paintings are vegetable colors. This gate was built in the honor of Mughals. The golden color shining above is actually made using gold. This is the third courtyard of the palace. This is the magnificent Diwan Khas, also known as Sheesh Mahal. This mahal is decorated with convex glasses which sparkled under candlelights. The Raja carried private meetings here. This marble sculpture hides various animals within it. The leaves are symbolic of snakes, the butterflies. The center portion of the flower consists of the trunk of an elephant and the tail of a tiger. The building in front of Sheesh Mahal is the Sukh Niwas. It is adorned by marble inlay work. The Niwas remained cool by the pipe water supply which flows through the edifice, and the extra water was supplied to the Mughal gardens between the Sheesh Mahal and the Sukh Niwas. We move to the private rooms of the king and the queens. The king had 12 queens, so he made 12 chambers, one for each queen. The chamber at the top is for the king, and the queens weren't allowed to go upstairs. The staircases are connected from the king's chamber to each queen's chamber. The center area is called the pavilion, used for the meeting of Maharanis and other celebrations. This house is for the Patrani, the first wife whose son would be the legal heir of the throne. Only this house had a separate kitchen and a jacuzzi. Rest of the houses had common kitchen and no jacuzzis. This is the bedroom of the Maharani. The jacuzzi. Gate to the next house. The building in front of these houses were the houses of the helps, which is now taken by CCD and some souvenir shops. This is the last section of the palace, the tunnel leading to Jayagarh. Indeed, this was a magnificent palace, a must visit site. Stay tuned for more amazing videos from Live to Travel. Keep traveling, stay happy. Bye bye.